So we get to keep this hand on the play here at the start of round 4. We have 3 spells that we can play off of our 2 mana. So I think it's keepable. Any land we can start activating Ovaya. And I think putting an artisan out is better than making a 1/1. Welding sparks. Okay. Too bad we didn't have this in hand. This freighter might be good enough to just win us the game, especially if our opponent tries to kill it with like a welding sparks. We can save it with ornamental courage. We can kill a blocker with the harness lightning, so it might be good enough. Inching our way closer towards this Gear Hulk now. Now we do have to act first here on a double block. So what do we want to use first? If they have removal, they could have harness lightning. They could have. Is that the only removal spell? Yeah, I guess that's the only removal they could have. They could have a pump spell, like ornamental courage or the +2/+2. So if they have blossoming defense or ornamental courage, we're not going to be able to kill something in response. So I think what we want to do first is ornamental courage, which is worse against harness lightning, but it's better against the pump spells. Because if we ornamental courage and then they pump, we can kill it in response. If we do it the other way around, the pump spell is going to trump our ornamental courage and our harness lightning. So let's do it this way. Excellent. All right, so we can kill this in response to the trigger, yes? Wow, that's a good draw. Now we get mana fixing and we're 1 step closer to the Gear Hulk and we get some free energy out of the deal. Alright, alright. I want to bounce this turn, mostly because if we draw land, we want to play the Gear Hulk, and I don't want to spend my turn trades winding. If I bounce it now, we're guaranteed to get in another 5 points of damage, and then our opponent's probably going to have to let us draw cards with the Gear Hulk. Well, they spun the wheel and they lost. Not an unreasonable choice from them, but our Gear Hulk has been hitting for between 6 or 7 and 10 damage every time we've played it. So let's resubmit. That worked pretty well. We didn't see a ton from our opponent. Multiform Wonder we don't really have removal for. The Stalker is pretty good against it because of the different modes. The First Strike is relevant. I mean, Fragmatize doesn't work on it anyway, so we would need like Revoke Privileges. This one, basically we have a 2-land hand on the draw. And while it's not great, I think it's keepable. So I think we fetch a, ooh, that's great. Fetch a mountain with this. Question is what we fetch on the next turn. Mountain number 2 or an island. Maybe we don't get anything yet. We can wait. We have some plays now. We have Ovaya here. We have the Artisan next turn. I should have actually just played the Forest. That was a mistake. Fizz gets Pyrohelix. Yep, that was a mistake. I played the Mountain because I had revealed it with a tune. But we actually had a 1-mana play there we wanted to hold up. I think I will just get the second mountain if we don't draw a land because we want to cast this Gear Hulk when we draw enough mana. Alright, a hasty multiform wonder. No? Alright. Land is good. What do we want to play? Actually, want to play the Tiger. Because that attacks for 6 for the next couple of turns. And they could attack for lifelink, I suppose, or they could attack in the air. If I block, they either lifelink or they trade. I guess I'm fine with that. Weird. Well, now we can play the Gear Hulk. Man, hit for 8 this time. That was right in our range. Cobra, Theorist, Outrider. I don't really even care about missing out on those draws. Our opponent could just like attack for 5 lifelink in the air for the past few turns and we'd be dead. Oh, I guess that's not true. And they could attack us for lifelink in the air, but they couldn't attack us and kill us because of the Artisan. Artisan's pretty good against Multiform Wonder. Not so good when it gets killed. Another Hunt the Week. I guess we just save our guy here. If I had tapped better, it would have been nice. I was hoping I wouldn't have to use the Courage this turn, but blow an energy in order to save our guy on this one. They're dealing a lot of damage to us, but at least we gained a life, so they're almost burned out of energy at this point, and we're still at 13. So if we can crew the Charger next turn, we actually have lethal with the Combustible Gear Hulk, so they'll be forced to chump that. No, that's not true, because they're going to be gaining life here. Okay, Hijack is going to kill us. It's actually the first time that card has been cast against me. Pretty good against our bombs. I don't know if that's a sideboard card from our opponent or not, but pretty good. I guess if they had blocked with the Sage, we wouldn't have died this turn, so maybe that was a tell. It was too late for us at that point to make a different decision. Alright, so beware of Hijack. I think that just means we want to fabricate so that we can leave servos back. That way we won't take a big hit off of a surprise Hijack. Okay, Sand is good. That last card that I saw was the Forest, so if I hadn't seen that, it would not have been capable, but now we actually have a pretty reasonable hand here. How do we want to play this? If we play Saheeli, we can start getting value right now. But if we play the Freighter, we can start just beating our opponent down right now. Kind of like playing the freighter, attack for 2, put our opponent under a lot of pressure. If we draw land, we can play Saheeli plus Aether Theorist on this next turn. That's kind of a land. It's not really good enough. Play mountain. So now, I think I like playing Saheeli. Well, maybe that's not true, actually. I want to play the Aether Theorist first, so that we have a good blocker. Because if we play Saheeli now, we crew an attack, and then Saheeli gets hit down for 4, as long as they have a creature that can crew the skiff, so that plan doesn't work out. If we draw land, we can play the Serpent, because we have 5 mana plus 1 artifact at the moment. Yeah, we're taking 6 here, which is a pretty big chunk of damage. But we have chump blockers if we decide that we want to do that. I'm probably going to want to chump. I was going to say probably want to chump soon, so that we don't die to the flyer. But with Meltdown now, we don't have to worry about that. We can block Chief of the Foundry, Meltdown the Skiff, and then take 3. Our opponent is stuck on mono green, so hopefully that means we'll get a little bit of a reprieve here. Alright, we do. So let's melt down the skiff. We'll take 3. Not great here, is it? If we attack with the freighter, it's just going to trade with the Hydra. No, I think I just want to land because I'm trying to play this Serpent. Maybe I even scry on upkeep looking for that. We can't attack now because we would actually die on the crackback. But our opponent doesn't have attacks either, unless they can get 3 more energy. Hellion. Why do we always die to Lathnu Hellion? It's brutal. Are we actually dead to that? We are. Oh, that's so disgusting. 2 in a row where we just die to the Hellion. Ugh, Lord. Well, we're 1 and 3, which means we can't get any prizes out of this. But I'm going to go ahead and play the last round because I think the deck is pretty good. And I don't think that it deserves this kind of a record. I don't know. Feels like we built it correctly. We've been able to cast our spells. We haven't had enough hard removal. And we would have had to go into white for that. Maybe that was something that we needed to do with this pool. But Power level seems to be there. We're just not quite getting there in these close games. Anyway, gonna play the last round.